Victor Von Doom is at a major crossroads in his life. He's questioning every choice he's made, good or bad. What'll happen next for him? Well, let's hop on into Marvel 2-in-1 Annual Issue number 1 and find out for ourselves, shall we? Alrighty then, so as we join the story, we can see Victor Von Iron Doom as well as Ben Grimm the Thing are still doing the whole multi-dimensional road trip thing, trying to find any trace of Reed, Sue, and the kids. Only, as you'll recall from the first issue, Doom very much believes that Sue and the kids and Reed are all dead and that Ben is lying to Johnny right now just so, he doesn't have to face the harsh truth and have a talk with him. He also gets pretty insightful, saying that if he knows that, then Dr. Rachna, a smart woman in her own right, certainly knows that, and the only reason she agreed to go on this multi-dimensional quest with the Human Torch and the Thing is because she has some manner of ulterior motive, which could possibly be evil. Now, ultimately, our heroes find their way to this dimension much too late. This world's Dr. Doom has already killed the Fantastic Four of this world, so they can't be sure if that Reed was their Reed or not. Victor, who, make no mistake, this annual is almost 100% about him, actually kind of takes pity on this more evil version of himself from the Multiverse. He kind of lets him in on a secret, saying that in his world, he did kill the Fantastic Four. He had the power of God, he rewrote the world to his whim, and at the end of the day, none of it made him happy. This admittedly throws the other Dr. Doom into a bit of a philosophical quandary. He says, hey, if none of this will make me happy, then at least let me kick your ass one-on-one without any of my fancy powers. Because is this not my ultimate test of metal? If I can't beat myself, if I can't find mastery over myself, then what's the point of doing anything, right? The two decide to have a good old-fashioned stick fight, and here's where things start to get interesting. You see, good guy Dr. Iron Doom doesn't have the same fire and drive that he used to. And because of that, he actually ends up losing the one-on-one fight. In fact, it's implied that he may have been killed if he was not snatched away at the last second by external forces. These forces are revealed to be the Council of Reeds. Well, okay, a different version of the Council of Reeds than the original. These guys have come together to try and actually set right the wrongs of their previous group. You see, unlike the other Council of Reeds that selfishly pooled together their intelligence at the detriment of their family and friends, these guys have actually managed to create brand new technology that makes it so no Reed ever actually leaves his world. Essentially, they can be in two places at once. That's how the dead Reed from that world is actually sitting there talking to Doom now. Essentially, all these Reeds from the other world ask Dr. Doom for help, but he's not having any of it. His hatred for Reed Richards continues to run very deep indeed. Moreover than that, we discover Dr. Doom has actually been harboring a secret fear ever since the end of Secret Wars, and that is, did Reed do something to him once he stole his godlike powers away from him? Is all the good work he's done as a superhero because he wanted to, or has some outside force manipulated him to do so? And for that, we actually get a flashback. You see, after Emperor God Doom was defeated at the end of Secret Wars, he vowed a terrible revenge on Reed Richards. Reed was ultimately pretty heartbroken by this, that after everything Doom had done, he had still changed so little and that his hatred still continued to define him. But with his newfound godlike powers and omnipotence, though, Mr. Fantastic decided to try something new, and that is give Doom a chance at a fresh start, one wherein his face would be fixed and he would think that Reed was dead. Basically, it was the ultimate stab at a fresh start. Would Victor rise to the occasion, or would he backslide into villainy? Needless to say, this revelation shocks Dr. Iron Doom to the core, and he wants no more part of the Council of Reeds, or indeed any part of this world. He defeats his eviler self, saves the Thing, and decides to get out of Dodge. The final kind of monologue from the Council of Reeds say that, they think it's sad that they couldn't get Doom to work with them, but at the same time, that's the whole reason they assembled, to make sure no more villains like Dr. Doom would ever need to be created across the multiverse. And so that's Marvel 2-in-1 Annual, everybody, and overall I really enjoyed this one. In fact, I think it's a better send-off to Dr. Iron Doom than, well, the main Iron Man book was. This was a story that asked a bunch of very poignant questions about the nature of good and evil, and there but for the grace go I. There were some great flashbacks too that also recontextualized Doom's rise to power. He didn't do it because he wanted to hurt people, quite the opposite. He wanted to claim ultimate power so he could try and protect people like the Romani, of which he was one. But none of that changed the fact that he still had quite the mean streak inside of him, and even when he became a hero, that was something he never quite cured. Overall, I really enjoyed this book, and I think it continues to show why Marvel 2-in-1 is one of the best things on the shelves right now, no matter who it's focusing on. A 9 out of 10.
Hey there everyone, it's your old pal Cape Joel, and I want to thank you so much for watching to the end of the video. If you did, why not check out some of these other videos I've been working on? Then you can follow me on Twitter and Facebook at Cape Joel, so you're always up to speed on what I got coming out next. And hey, if you really like what I do, you could check out my Patreon link down in the description. Patrons get exclusive access to videos and podcasts before anyone else, and you can do so for as little as $1 a month. That's only $12 a year, and I would really appreciate it. So, until we meet again, everyone, this has been Cape Joel. Thank you so much for watching, and I will be back again with more comic content that smacks of greatness. Bye-bye.